Hello, good evening, Professor. My name is Mohammed Kaif, student ID number 10129251, and I am here on the behalf of my group in order to present a presentation. And our topic is social perception. So my group mates are Rupinder Kaur, Sumrit Kaur, and Gurbat Singh. So, what is social perception? Social perception deals with how people think about and make sense of other people around them, how they form impressions, draw conclusion, and try to explain other people's behavior regarding on their perspectives regarding the surroundings of them. An idea, feeling, or opinion about something or someone, especially one formed without consciousness, thought, or on the basis of little evidence. His first impression of Manchester were very positive. Can be used an example. So, what are elements of social perception? There are basically three elements of social perception. First one is self-concept. How people come to know about themselves is known as self-concept. The second one is self-esteem. Development of one's personal confidence is known as self-esteem. It boosts our morale, and we basically achieve many things in our life with the help of self-esteem. And lastly, it is self-presentation, display sense of self to others, which means that how we present ourselves in front of other people's, that can be called social presentation. So these are the three elements of social perception. Thank you.
Good evening, Professor. Next slide will be presented by me. Understanding behavior of other people. It mainly focus on the how we can understand other people, like with the three ways. Like firstly, information is processed, then information is organized and recalled. Like as according to these pictures, like in first picture, as I shown, affection, in which person show affection towards another person, like whether person is loving each other or not. In second picture, it show cognition, like how thoughts are processed in the mind and organized in well manner for recalling that information for further in future time. And third picture show behavior of person, like from this picture we can see that this person is mainly concerned with his health, and he is doing exercises. And on the behalf of cognition, I can give example, like as student process their information, like prepare for their exam so that he can get good grades in their academics. In next slide, there are two classes on which social perception depends, like attribution process, in which we can draw conclusion from the behavior and emotion of the person. Like in first picture, as we can see, like lady is really very happy, and she's really very enthusiastic for doing anything because he's happy. And in second picture, she's neither happy or not sad, like her emotions and feelings are fluctuating, like she's not happy or not sad. Like in third picture we can see like she's angry, and she's showing aggressive nature, and she's not enough enthusiastic for doing anything. Next slide, social perceptions classes, like causal attribution, in which we can predict behavior of person on the behalf of emotions and feeling presented by the person from their facial expressions. Like we can predict behavior of person, firstly we can predict behavior according to the disposition, like which represent internal traits or quality of person, like whether person have capacity or capability to do the work or not. And in this we can also say like person is happy or sad, or person can do thing or not. Like it also depend upon the situation or environment, like how and how is environment surrounding the person, like whether person is happy or sad, due to that person can do anything. So next slide will be presented by Gurbaz.
Hi everybody, my name is Gurbaz Singh. As my team members have already explained on our given topic, I would like to introduce you about social perception. Social perception, uh, how we come to understand other people. Social perception means the study of how we form impressions of other people and make inferences about them. For example, how and what we think about other people when we first meet them. Now, let us talk about how it works. Source of information. There are a lot of sources. One important source of information that we use is nonverbal behavior, such as facial expressions, body position, and movements, and tone of voice. For example, when we meet someone for the first time, we observe their physical movements, such as how they talk, behave, or express their expressions or feelings. Nonverbal was help people express their emotions, their attitude, and personality. To be more specific, it is nonverbal that help to express internal feelings. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Professor. So, as my team members have already explained before me, I would like to throw some light on Darwin's research in order to support our topic. So, I'm gonna point out some few main points of Darwin's research, which are as follow. According to Darwin, primary emotions conveyed by face are universal. So, what's the meaning of this? So Darwin said that all the emotions that are conveyed by face are all over the world same. So for instance, let us take an example. If a person living in China or if a person living in India, they convey same physical appearance or the facial expressions. So if a person is happy, they smile. So all the people when they are happy all over the world, they usually smile. So let us talk about another Darwin's research point. So all human beings everywhere encode emotions in the same way. So here I would like to talk about all the physical uh, emotions that are expressed by facial or like same. So if a person is happy, they show gratitude toward each other by smiling, by patting on the back, or if a person is happy in India or in England. So if they are happy, they usually smile back or they usually throw parties and do everything, etc., and so on. So all human beings decode emotions with equal accuracy. So what's the meaning of this? So all the human beings they decode their emotions. So if a person is happy or if a person is sad, they usually don't smile. So if whenever a person is happy, they usually pat on the back. So what we perceive about them when we just look them and we see them that they are happy, they're hugging each other. Maybe we think that they are happy, that's why. But it's not always true. Maybe they are not happy and they are just encouraging each other. Maybe that's why they are hugging each other or patting on the back. They are maybe showing some support or strength to them that they are not alone in the situation. Someone is always behind them, so we cannot always be true about percepting another person or anything. So here's another thing that Darwin said in his research that nonverbal forms of communications were species specific and not culture specific. So what does that mean? The species specific and culture specific. So according to Darwin, all the human beings all over the world, they are always species specific, which means that all the human beings all over the world maybe possess same facial expressions, but they are not always culture specific. For example, cultures vary from place to place. From Asia to northern countries to western countries, it changes. So how does that affect our nonverbal communication? So here's the thing. Nonverbal forms of communication are always species specific because of the reason that the cultures vary from place to place, and we are the species. So, in some cultures, when people are happy, they usually bow down their head. However, in India, there is a culture whenever we show greeting toward each other, we usually hug. However, in Korea, when people show their gratitude toward each other, they bow down their heads, which shows the sign of respect, and it shows they are really happy to meet you. And here's another example that Darwin proved in his research, which supported his research, which is, for example, during the Nobadian time, usually the nomads used to eat food, and in order to show their displeasure if the food is not tasty, they wrinkle down their noses or they expel the food from their mouth. So, was the Darwin's research true? So, we would like to show the Paul Ekman and Walter Fraser theory. So, the Ekman and Fraser proved Darwin's theory by naming six major emotions. So, what are the six major emotions which are still known at this day and age? So, it's anger, fear, disgust, sad, and happy. So, these are the six major emotions. So, let us move to the conclusion of our research, of our topic. So, to conclude, social perception is all about observing the behavior of other people through nonverbal cues such as facial expressions, body movements, expressions, etc. Although it is not always true that what we perceive about others is always true. Maybe we are wrong sometimes, so maybe we are true, maybe we are right sometimes. So it's not a thing that we can control or stop thinking about about other people by just having a look on them. But we can control our emotions, our thinking by thinking in a positive way rather than thinking in a negative way. So that's all for nonverbal communication. Thank you very much.